Hello, everyone. Your friend here, Fernando Ramirez, bilingual entrepreneur, is here to give you some guidance, to give you some instructions in what to do to be able to understand what possibilities you have to become and to join us in our network marketing arena that I've been happily involved for so many years of my life. So we're going to get right into it. And with some music, of course, which makes everything so exciting to enjoy the freedom that this industry allows us to have. All right, so yeah, I always, inspire myself a little bit with some music, guys. But again, this is Fernando Ramirez, bilingual entrepreneur, empowering diversity. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about why I'm so excited to be here with you, presenting this educational information. So take notes, be in an area where there's no noise in the background because I'm really going to pick your interest. I'm going to pick your interest, and then after that, you can get to talk to one of our agents that can lead you in the right direction and why this is the industry of industries, especially now doing network marketing through social media and using all the tools that the system allows us. You'll be able to see why this is more exciting than ever. I've been involved in this industry since January of 1994. So we're talking about going on 27 years. And the reason why I got involved in this industry was because previously to being in the network marketing arena, I was a plumber. I was soldering pipe, digging trenches, cleaning sewer pipe, replacing garbage disposal, replacing toilets, anything that would put income and would put food on the refrigerator to support my family, I did. And my mentor, my coach, my instructor was my dad that was patient enough to teach me. I started working with him when I was 17 years old. Originally, we are from El Salvador. So we've been here in this country since November the 14th of 1980. And war brought us here. So, it's long story short, we're blessed to be a part of this tremendous, tremendous country that allows us that freedom. So after working as a plumber, my father, wanted me to get journeyman's license to be able to be a professional plumber. But not knowing that my brothers got involved in the industry, my two older brothers, and my mother had prepared me that they were going to come talk to me about the industry when they were doing. When you hear about the industry, you hear it makes you think about the little circles that they're going to do and kind of put, how you make money from this person, from that person, and so on and so forth, right? So I was skeptical. My mother said, don't do it. It's one of those pyramid schemes. Don't get involved. And if they decide that they want to come see you, don't sign up. Okay, so I heard my mother. So I hadn't seen one of my brothers for 3 years. And my other brother, we had always been in great connection, great communication back in the day. But I received the call. And I said, okay, here we go. And long story short, once again, it was him. And he was proposing to come visit me after such a long time because my other brother didn't have the guts to call me because, we were in constant communication, right? But with him, that I hadn't seen for 3 years, he finally persisted where it took him 4 follow-ups for me to say, okay, come to my house. Don't harass me no more. Just get to it. And let's get over it, okay? And we're done after that. So he came, brought the product and the services. I became a client of that company, but I thought that was the end of it. But guess what happened? They still persisted to come over to a meeting to come watch this guy that was having tremendous success doing what he did, and they persisted again on more follow-ups. I said one day after getting out of school, because it was Tuesday night, I was supposed to be there at 7:30 and the invitation. And I said, I'm going to get out early today from school, taking my journeyman's license. So I drove back and he was on the way back. So I swing by the office. I was a little skeptical. I was pretty dirty. Everybody was looking nice. I felt a little uncomfortable, but I sat in the back and then I said, okay, let me just end this here tonight. And after that, I'm going to tell them, don't bug me no more. Okay. So I hear the story. I hear the presentation. I hear the gentleman that spoke last. And he was the one that sold me into a dream. And I said, wait a minute, from being like this skeptical in the back, I went like this and I said, wow, if that's true what he's saying, if 50% of what he's saying is true, I'm in. But I'm going to find out. So the way to find out is I have to come back. And he said it. He said, Saturday, we're going to be back for some training. Don't miss the training. Okay. So I signed up. My brother, as a matter of fact, was the one that helped me sign up in the program. So he had everything ready, the application, the money, and all that, right? So I had to pay him back the money afterwards. But so that's how I signed up in the industry. 5 years in the industry. Okay, this is what I learned from my mentor, which was the gentleman that recruited me. What I learned from him were two things. Show up every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. and bring guests, because I saw a room full of people. And come back Saturday for every training, because that's where you're going to learn the magic of the business. And I said, from this point forward, I'm going to compromise every Tuesday and every Saturday. And I'm going to commit to bring people on Tuesdays and help them come back on Saturday, because he taught us the skills and why he was making a six-figure income, living such a lifestyle. You know, he barely spoke English, and he would speak English because he had a bilingual team there. And I said, man, if this guy barely speaks English and he's got all kinds of people here and he's confident talking, I could do this business, man. All right, so maximizing your potential of earnings in network marketing. Let's study a little bit about, what we're able to see when we have jobs, right? So we're going to compare notes here. You're going to see my camera kind of shift where I am to be able to connect all the information properly. So we're going to talk about comparing different industries, average incomes. Let's talk about a cashier's skills, and cashier's annual income. All right, as you can see the graphic there, there's a cash register with a lady there, charging the fee, and there's a customer, right? So now let's get right into it. And I want you to imagine when I go to Rite Aid, or I go to Ralph's, or I go to any store, they have to harness their skills and they need to do their job right. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about some of the skills required as a cashier. Okay. Accepting payments. They got to get good at accepting payments, right? They need to learn how to use the cash register. They need to accommodate things there and start clicking on the buttons. So they got to be very skillful when it comes to that, and they need to click on the prices and the items that you're purchasing, swiping the little thing that charges the fee. Integrity. It's an important thing that a cash register everyone needs, right? So they need to be a person of integrity. They have to deliver the goods. They have to show up early. They're trusted money. They're trusted merchandise. So they need to be people of integrity. Basic math. They got to know the basic math. Multiplication, addition, division. Right. So the basic math is needed. It's hands-on because it's money they're dealing with, prices and groceries, right? Or any type of items they're selling. Attention to details. They got to pay very close attention to details. That's going to be based from the ones that make the least and the ones that make the most on that industry. They need to be pretty accurate. The more accurate they are in things that they're doing and more detailed they are, the better chances they have of maybe moving up the ladder, to a higher level of position. Bagging calculations. They need to not overstack a bag with items and merchandise, because if they do, it doesn't look professional, and a customer gets upset, right? I remember sometimes I see these kids bagging the cash registers, right? They'll put the bread there, and then they'll put on top of the bread, they'll put like the apples, and they'll put like everything, and the bread is smashed once you get home. Or the eggs, they put them in the bottom, and they put all the heavy stuff, the milk on the top. Bagging calculations. You need to know exactly how to calculate things to be able to put them in there. Cash management. Of course, you got a cash register that you have to turn over once you're going away from your cash register, right? So you have to turn it over to someone else, and all the money that was collected from the merchandise being sold. Gift cards. You also need to learn to activate the gift cards when it comes to people requesting for a $100 gift card or $50 gift card. So they need to get good at setting those things up. So these are the basic skills. Now let's talk about the incomes that a cashier make. Average annual income is between $20,000 to $27,000 per year. Hey, these are the skills required if you want to be hired. If you don't want to be hired, It's because you're not willing to pay the price to be able to prepare your skills. Not only preparing the skills that you're going to be taught, but also being mentally prepared, being responsibly there, not thinking about leaving the children behind, thinking about the fight you had with the wife or the husband or the boyfriend or the girlfriend, or the fight you had with your child or with your parents. You got to be all there. You got to be skillful and you got to be mentally strong. And this is the kind of pay you'll receive. Okay. All right. So understanding that industry makes a whole lot of sense. That's how much average what you could make. Mechanic skills. Now we're moving into another type of industry, right? And mechanics annual income. Hey, this is a little bit better job than just being a cash register. And the cash register, charging fees and having those basic skills that you need to be able to collaborate to keep your job going and to keep getting paid. So let's talk about a mechanic. All right, mechanic skills. What do they need? Excellent knowledge of motor technology. So they probably got to get certified or take some class to be able to meet the requirements of what a real serious mechanic can deliver. Good communication skills. You got to learn to communicate properly, right? You got to learn to talk to your customers. You got to learn to communicate with employees. You got to learn to communicate with people that are selling you the parts and things like that. So you got to have good communication skills. Ability to listen and follow instructions. You got to get good at. I believe that this is one of the biggest abilities, which is listening and following instructions. Okay, so you got to go by the details, because if you don't follow instructions and you don't listen, you're going to make a ton of mistakes. You're going to, instead of fixing the car, you're going to leave it even worse. So you got to really listen and follow instructions. Excellent practical skills. So you got to be very practical. Don't complicate things too much, because then you're going to be wasting a lot of time. You got to be practical. You got to take your job responsibility, and you got to be able to compress the time frame to be able to deliver and finish that job fast. You got to be pretty practical. Don't be too complicated. The ability to solve problems. That's the objective. That's why you're getting paid. You're going to solve problems, right? So once you become a problem solver, now that's when you start to see the different gap incomes from a starting mechanic to maybe a mechanic that makes better money, better income. Willing to work as part of a team. Yes, you got to rely on your suppliers. You got to rely on your co-workers. You got to rely on different people. You got to rely on customers. You got to have great customer service, as a matter of fact. So you got to be a team, and you got to show that you're a team player in all areas. Ability to concentrate for long periods of time. Imagine you can't be thinking about your wife, your husband, your kids at work. You can't be thinking about the party over the weekend. You can't be thinking about. You gotta be all there in order for you to be able to meet the responsibilities of being a good mechanic. Believe me, if I'm bringing my car, I expect my mechanic to have the skills, wouldn't you? Right? So the average annual income in California is about $34,000 to $58,000 per year. And again, the better you are at your skills, the more money you'll be able to make. Simple as that. All right, starting at $34,000, as much as you could make being a mechanic, average is about $58,000. I don't know. There probably might be others that are in a lower scale of income that could climb up a little bit more, but this is the average income, just so you know. Now let's talk a little bit about realtors. All right, realtors is a sales job. This job is high risk. If you don't sell, you don't eat. So the average annual income of a realtor that knows their skills, that harness their skills, we're going to talk about that here real quick. So what skills do realtors need to have? Let's talk about that here a little bit. Expert communication skills. They have to learn to communicate. Communication is key to satisfying every agent's client that is either a home seller or a home buyer. Okay, so you gotta be very good at communicating with prospects, potential home buyers. You gotta get good at this skill right here. Teaching and mentoring skills. All right, so you gotta be teachable. You gotta be led by mentors. But then again, you're gonna be teaching others and you're gonna be mentoring others. So you gotta harness those skills to teach and mentor, and to be taught and to be mentored by others. Adopting to new and different tools and technologies. Like right now, we do business in a different way. Social media. Now we do business through a phone, not only calling, but we have apps there that we use. So we have to be adopting constantly so we can be competitive in the market. Personalization and people skills. You got to have personalization and people skills. You got to personalize. You got to customize. You got to treat people different for their needs. You got to treat people that have different needs for different folks, for different strokes for different folks, right? So we have to adapt to be able to pay attention to all the details when it comes to their needs. Okay. Time management skills. You can't be late to appointments. You can't do your you can't refuse to do your follow up. You can't refuse to do your prospecting. You have to be on top of your game. You got to manage your time properly. You can't be spread all over the place because you're going to spread yourself too thin. So time management is crucial. And they use a Google Calendar or things of that nature to be able to adapt to their time management skills. Negotiation skills. They got to get good at negotiating skills. They probably got to do some self-improvement. They got to go to seminars and events, watch videos, listening to audio, and just paying very close attention to what negotiation skills they need to learn to harness to be able to become experts in marketing skills. How are they going to spread the word? How are they going to get noticed by consumers, potential home buyers, right? So this is basically skills that a realtor needs to be able to be a professional in the industry. How much do real estate agents make? This is an average in 2020. Again, I've been doing my research, so I'm going to show you a little bit of what I found, okay? And we're talking about salary range, percentile, 25th average, okay? So let's talk about the average realtor that works their business and treats it like a job. Annual salary could be anywhere between $52,000 per year to $82,898. So that's the difference between the one that makes 52,000 is less skillful than the one that makes 82,898. I'm not saying the one that makes 52,000 is not skillful. They're working, they're hustling, but they're harnessing their skills. But the average realtor, okay, is what they make. Monthly salary could be from $4,333 when they treat this like a job, $6,908. So that's between, that's the average realtor of how much they make when they really treat this as a real serious job. Weekly salary could be between $1,000 to $1,594. Okay, so now you could see what the average realtor makes when they go to work. There's a lot of other realtors that make a lot less than that because they don't even go to work. They get their license and they probably sell their cousins, their brothers, their sisters, their family members, maybe a house a year or two. No, these are folks that are serious about their industry. They just need to polish themselves up to be able to move in the smaller percentages, which are people that make a six-figure and above, and we'll talk about that in just a quick moment. So these are national averages, okay? A small percentage, which is what I was telling you, make 6 to 7 figures per year, and there are only about 21% of the realtors that get licensed. Only 21%. So the other 79%, it's a good percentage over here, but then there's a bigger percentage of the ones that don't do much and don't make serious money in the industry. Now, 21%. Here's what they do. The 21% of realtors that make a six-figure or even 7 per year, which shows realtors can make a lot of money when they work full-time and have a game plan. Serious realtors have a game plan. They're big thinkers. They strategize their goals. They really go to work in not only working in the selling aspects, but they go to working on themselves. They don't just figure out the numbers. They learn to work on themselves. They learn to work the market. So basically, a full-time realtor plans. They strategize. You need to plan. You need to have goals. And you need to be able to run your business in order to succeed in the real estate arena. Make sense? It's like acting. It's like playing sports. See, the more polished you become, the more you train yourself, the more you learn to lead, the more you learn to sell, the more you learn to communicate, plus the other components that you need to harness your skill with, these things all collaborate. And it's going to take you about 5 years to be able to polish yourself up and really go to work and paying attention to all the small minor details, right? And these are resources that I looked up and I take the time to study because I am in the industry to be able to identify who's who. I got to respect every industry. I got to see why people get paid and what they get paid, and if they're looking for a change as well. So this allows me to prepare. Now let's talk about my industry, which is network marketing, and what network marketing skills are needed. Average annual income as well. So you're going to see, pretty much what you've seen so far from cashiers, mechanics, realtors, and I'm not going to go in details in all the other industries. I just took this one as an example, okay? So let's talk a little bit about network marketing. The skills of network marketing, a network marketing pro, what is it that you need to learn to do within a 5-year commitment time frame? First and foremost is you need to find your list of prospects. Yeah, you might start with your friends, family, and members, and co-workers, and maybe people at church, people at the clubs, but now you got to start stepping out of your comfort zone and start meeting people, maybe by handing out your business cards, by going out to events, doing your social media, converting your social media professionally. So you have to really build your prospecting list, and the prospecting list doesn't end with your family and friends or co-workers or people in church or clubs. This is basically just to warm up. Finding prospect is a skill, and it's a very highly paid skill when you learn to do it. Inviting prospects to understand your product or opportunity. We have systems where you can invite people to. All right, you don't have to explain anything. You just got to learn to prospect and invite. So when you learn to prospect and invite, now you can present them information in the adequate moment when they're ready to listen, because now you pick their interest. They want to find out, which is exactly what happened with my brothers, right? They prospected me and they persistently invited me. They were not doing it professionally. I was just a family member, right? And then presenting products, and they had to bring me the expert to present the products and the business opportunity. I just purchased the products from him because it's my brother, not because I really understood what he sold me. He had to get me in the hands of an expert, which he persisted to do that. And I follow along, and I'm here, okay? Following up with your prospects. Yeah, you got to get good at following up with your prospects. You got to get good at following up with your customers. You got to get good at following up with your agents or your distributors. And you got to help your distributors do exactly what you're doing. You got to teach them the 7 skills. So you got to grab them by the hand, and you got to teach them how to find prospects. You got to teach them how to invite. You got to teach them how to present. You got to teach them how to follow up. All right. So once you teach them to do that, and now you help them and you help your customers understand what they're consuming, now we're going to talk about the duplication aspects, which is what I think I went ahead a little bit on the 5th, which is the closing, right? But helping your distributor getting started right, which is what I just talked to you about here. All right. It's duplicating the skills and then grow your team by promoting events. That's when you begin to see exactly how much money you're going to make from a strong team. And when you want to start diving into, growing your teams, you need to understand that the bigger your team, the bigger your paycheck. The bigger the clientele, the bigger your paycheck, and the bigger the paychecks of your teammates. So growing your events is crucial, whether it's in Zoom, whether it's face-to-face, it doesn't matter. You got to grow your events. Once you grow your events to about 50 people on a consistent basis and more, you're positioning yourself to a great income. Now you got 50 committed people that are there on a constant basis, and then it doubles to 100, and then it can even double to 200. It can even double to 5. It can even double to 500, and the multiplication begins to happen. But you got to harness the 7 skills to be a master pro. For that, we do have a presentation. But let's talk about the top earners in the industry. And these are the ones that work the business. They do a lot of hands-on. They really don't duplicate themselves, but they work very hard. So the very hard-working distributors that don't build much of systems, but they do a lot of selling and very low recruiting. They average about $52,000 per year, which is about $1,000 per week. So 75% of the distributors out there can make some real good money. And these are 75%, and we're going to talk about the incomes here. So say out of 100, average distributors, $52,000 is the tops, okay? But below that, it's 35,000 and then 21,000. So these are the average folks that make this kind of money that really don't go out and get trained well, but they still sustain. They still can make money, and they do okay. Some folks live like that forever, okay? And they don't need a job. See, they can do this business part-time making $21,000, or they can go full-time, make $35,000, or they can really go full-time and harness themselves a little bit more and make $52,000. And they're going to stay there for a very long time. Hey, but at least it doesn't make our industry look bad, right? And that's the problem with the industry of selling, that it's sad to see how people don't get trained and they don't appreciate a low risk startup, and also they don't appreciate a low initial cost startup. But the ones that do expose everyone else that doesn't do it, and all these excuse makers, give us a bad name because they go out there, start complaining, start nagging, they just don't get it. Okay, you got to see this industry just like a mechanic sees their industry, like a cashier sees what she does for a living, right? So network marketing is a good career for a select few, just like doctors. It's only for a select few. Just like barbers, it's only a select few. Like mechanics, it's only a select few. Like cashiers, it's only a select few, right? So every industry has a select few. As with any business, a successful multi-level marketing venture will require significant investment of time and effort, like anything else, like being a mechanic, like being a plumber, being a doctor, being a dentist, right? And it's got to be done correctly. It's a great way to build wealth. You hear that? Not being a mechanic, not being a cashier, not being just an average Joe working an average job. This is an industry that can build you wealth, but there's no room for people who think they can make a quick buck with it, like anything else. If you're going to treat a serious job or a serious business and you want to prepare yourself, you're going to have to pay your dues, okay, to be able to make decent amounts of income. New survey reveals 73% of people who participate in network marketing opportunities lose money or make no money at all. Nothing to do with the industry. It's just the way they behave with the industry. They come here with huge baggage, thinking they're going to get rich quick overnight because they hear these beautiful testimonies and the beautiful stories, just like acting, right? You see a beautiful act of an actor or a singer, but you don't know what happens behind the scenes. A lot of preparation is needed to meet opportunities. So don't think that you're going to come here and make money overnight. Okay, the only way you make money overnight in industries like this is if you have already been prepared, and you maybe lost a previous opportunity, but you still have some decent following of people that believe in you, and you were able to start over again. That could happen, but you're going to have to pay your price sooner or later to be able to go through the process. Okay, so don't make us look bad. Look at all this. It's sad to see how a great industry makes us look bad because of laziness of people that have a bunch of excuses and they're not willing to go to work. All right, let's dig more deep into it. Okay, let's pay very close attention. As of November 1st, 2020, the average annual pay for an online network marketing in Los Angeles business, okay, is $101,000 in a year. Just in case you need a simple salary calculator, that works to approximately about $48.61 by the hour. This is an equivalent to $1,944. It's about, say, $2,000 per week or $8,426 per month. See, now you're making a six-figure income. But I can assure you, now you have harnessed your skills, you're duplicating yourself, and the beautiful thing about this is you can grow to even more. And we have exposure. Look at this. While Zip Recruiter is beating salaries as high as $335,000 per year and as low as $20,000. The majority of online network marketing salaries currently range between $42,000 to $127,000, with top earners 90th percentile making $175,761 in yearly income. And again, this is communication through third party of educational resources that I've talked about here. See, this industry is a highly paid industry, but only for people that get trained properly, okay? That's why it's important that you understand. Now let's take a look at ZipRecruiter, going back again, and here's the graphics. Monthly, the monthly average network marketer earner makes about $1,625. Now the national averages of experts and professionals now make about $8,008 per month, which is about $46 per hour, to as high as $26,375 per month in income. Now you tell me if this industry doesn't pay well. And there's more people that make beyond that. People make this, not in a month. There's people that make it in a week because they really got super prepared to be able to make some serious money. So as you can see here, the average network marketer could make a part-time maybe about $19,500. Now a full-timer that works from home and they're serious, they're diligent, they wake up early, they prepare their coffee, they exercise, they prepare mentally and emotionally, they tell their family, respect my time, they make about $96,000 per year, which is about $46 per hour. Now to as high as $316,000 per year. So we talked about what they could make monthly. Now we're talking about what they make yearly. So where do you see yourself from $19,500 to $316,000? How much would you like to make? Okay, it's all up to you. Online jobs again in network marketing. So let's identify a little bit about what this industry offers. Okay, so here it is. What are online jobs in network marketing? Jobs in online network marketing involve promoting and selling a product to end consumers online and unleashing other people to help with sales efforts. Did I say it right? Enlisting. I do apologize, my camera is there. Network marketers earn a commission when one of these salespeople that they recruit makes a sale or recruits another marketer. So we have to train, we have to teach people, and this is where the rubber hits the road, right? Another name of this type of business is multi-level marketing. Your duties as an online network marketer, including using a website and social media platforms to promote and sell the products that your company manufactures. You also offer guidance, support, and marketing materials to the salespeople who work with you. Okay, so you got to get good at really harnessing your skills to duplicate yourself. And the more you duplicate yourself as you show their incomes, the more money you'll be able to make from the efforts of a team. So once you're making a six-figure income, it's because now it's not only you working, it's a team of people that are working alongside with you. How to get online job in network marketing. The qualifications. Take a look at this. Pay attention to this, guys. That you need to get a job in an online network marketing includes sales skills. Okay. It also includes the ability to manage a team of salespeople, and knowledge of the products that the company you work for manufactures. Some MLM companies provide training, which we do, and seminars for network marketers, but they usually do not require that you attend. We're not employers, we're leaders. Since your responsibilities involve working online, you need a computer skills and knowledge of social media marketing. Some network marketing organizations require you to buy products at wholesale prices to sell or retail. So you may need a capital to start up your online network marketing business. And that's the beautiful thing about what we do. So this is a serious career. You already saw statistics. I'm not talking about things that I'm inventing. I study the industry. That's why the industry has treated me so well for so many years. So in conclusion, you have to decide and see if you have the willpower to make it work long term. I've been involved since when? January of 1994. I've been here for 26 years, and it's been the best decision of my life. I'm 51 years old. And I can tell you that I'm having so much fun and I enjoy working from home because not being a high school graduate, starting an early life as a plumber at 17 years of age because I was forced to work because I became a father, nobody would pay me what this industry has paid me. I can guarantee you that. Compare your current income and lifestyle with what you have been doing your last 5 years. Just think about this. How much money did you make in 2019? Let's not go too far. How much money did you make this 2020? Go back to 2015 and calculate your income. See how much money you have made in what you have been involved in. Understand that anything you start professionally will require time, effort, and energy. No matter what you put your time into, it will require time, effort, and energy. And if you want to participate in one of our trainings or a presentation, talk to one of our company agents and proceed for an appointment right away. Okay? Time is precious. And don't let time slip through your fingers. Make sure you take advantage of the time and start changing your life. Your friend here, Fernando Ramirez, bilingual entrepreneur, empowering diversity, gave you a little lesson on some of the things you need to learn and what to do to be able to accomplish your financial goals and dreams. So maximizing your potential of earnings in network marketing will take a lot of training. Take care, guys. Blessings to you.